So yeah, it's been a minute since I last uploaded to this channel, and I guess a lot has been going on. So I obviously started this channel last year, got into uploading for a few months, and then fizzled out, as many people who've tried this journey before probably know. So one of the difficulties I was finding with managing the channel last year was deciding what to create content on. And I had an idea earlier in the year for a project called Rome. Why do people go on adventures, pilgrimages and quests? Is it just to escape everyday life? Maybe it's to push our limits, or to find out who we are. Which was a project about pilgrimage and adventure, so people getting out on hikes, on bike rides, visiting ancient places, lost places. So with all that happening, I wanted to build a film series around that. I'd had an idea early last year. It first actually started as an app, as an adventure map for families to encourage parents with young kids to get out at the weekends and take advantage of the great walks and trails and beaches to do fun, active stuff. So yeah, establishing a pilot episode for Rome was like a big task last year, and it took me way too much time. I spent ages trying to get people on board, sending out proposals, and eventually a friend of mine just said, "You've just got to make the pilot." And so one day I went out and I filmed it. But in between work, trying to get that edited into a place where I was happy with it, having only really had a day to film it and done very little planning before. It did take a while, but in October I released that, got that out into the world. So I'm actually hoping to do more episodes this year. Part of today's film was going out and testing some different gear, because I had this idea of wanting to do a bike ride from Lincoln Cathedral out to Walsingham and then to Wells to do some bodyboarding. I sort of do it over 3 days, load up the bike with the gear, and head off. So I thought that would be a really cool idea for an adventure pilgrimage video. So one of the things that I've been trying to do is get out on the bike more to increase my fitness. It's been a really funny relationship with the bike. About a year ago, probably springtime, our middle child brought himself a mountain bike. And he became super into biking. And I loved biking as a kid, but probably hadn't had a bike since like the age of 12 or 13. I did have a bike in the shed, and basically when Bunsey, my wife, was doing a lot of Instagram campaigns, she did a campaign for bobbin. And it's funny, I'm actually on the bobbin website holding this bike for a photo and video shoot that we did with them. And so as we got really excited about mountain biking, I pulled that bike out so that we could go off biking together, and I really enjoyed it. So I spent a lot of last summer getting out on the bike instead of doing my long distance running, because I was finding the long distance running was really wrecking my already bad Achilles tendonitis. It's been a funny journey to see how passionate people are about bikes and about biking and all these different genres of it, and I never thought I'd be someone who'd be sort of drawn to that, but actually as an access to adventure, it's been super fun. And particularly in the winter when I can't get out on the skateboard, or it's like quite difficult to get out to the coast, it's been able to give me sort of mini midweek adventures where I can just get out and put some distance on it and go exploring the local countryside. So that's been really cool. So I wanted to get some gear out there, test some shots, see what it was like traveling with cameras and which cameras to take and how easy it would be to actually make a film on the bike. So that's what a lot of this footage was for, and also just to get back into the habit of trying to make videos again and having this channel that is supporting the other channel, making their own videos. And I'm just sort of accepting that it's going to be slow going. Always someone who's creating stuff, whether that's within the studio for work or outside on personal projects. Even the 2 songs in this video are songs that I've written and produced, so I'm always doing these lots of different things all over the place, and a lot of them aren't connected, which isn't a great way of work, it's just the way I am. And one of the things I've been working on again in the background was, after I made the surfboard and driftwood videos last year, I started working on what would that look like as an actual clothing brand again. I've been working on some designs for another project called Boogie Union, which I'll hopefully talk about more later, or I'll do another video next year and be talking about that next year as well. But yeah, we live in funny times. We live in funny times for people working. We live in funny times for people getting jobs. We live in funny times with AI. We live in funny times with the internet. And so I think leaning into these mini adventures has been super helpful for me. To just get out of the studio, get out of the office, get some exercise in without hurting myself. But yeah, and the weather was absolutely terrible yesterday, so it was really funny. I'd got all the gear together to go out and do some filming. I'm glad I didn't take my main camera because it would have got absolutely soaked. But I just settled for an old GoPro and the DJI Nano drone. I thought, I'll go test some mounting solutions, see how easy it is to charge stuff on the go. And actually when I got out there after the first sort of half an hour of cycling, the wind picked up and it was absolutely leathering it. So once everything had run out of battery, there was no chance of me getting things charged up safely. Everything was drenched, so I sort of gave up. And I thought, actually, I've got no footage, I've got nothing usable to make a video, it'll all be rubbish. But when I got home and reviewed the few clips that I did have, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought, actually, I might be able to put something together here to just be able to put something out again, and to just really get back into that habit of producing stuff that I find interesting and that excites me. You can often get bogged down with the client work, and the client work doesn't always ask the most of you or the best of you. You don't get to try particularly interesting or creative things because the budgets often aren't there. The irony is I don't get to try massively creative things with my own stuff because the time isn't there. But between the two things, I'm hoping to get some more stuff out this year. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully it won't be a year.